Hello everyone, welcome to New Wealth Japan. I'm thrilled to have you here today. This channel is dedicated to helping travelers from around the world discover and experience the very best of Japan. From ancient temples and historic castles that have stood for centuries, to the vibrant world of anime, unique Japanese souvenirs, and incredible cuisine that will tantalize your taste buds, we cover it all. Japan is a country where tradition meets innovation, where you can enjoy a traditional tea ceremony in the morning and explore cutting-edge technology districts in the afternoon. It's this beautiful contrast that makes Japan so fascinating. We're passionate about sharing hidden gems, travel tips, and cultural insights that will make your Japanese adventure unforgettable. Whether you're planning your first trip or you're a seasoned Japan traveler, we've got something special for you. I'm truly grateful that so many people from all corners of the world share this passion for Japanese culture with us. Your enthusiasm and curiosity inspire every video we create. So sit back, relax, and let's explore Japan together. Let's get started.
Today, we're diving into the story of one of Japan's most famous landmarks, Nagoya Castle. But this isn't your typical history tour. See, this castle is right at the heart of a fascinating modern dilemma, one that's going to make us ask some pretty tough questions. And really, the whole thing boils down to this one question. What do you do when a symbol of history isn't actually as historic as you think? To really get what's happening, we have to start with the crisis brewing inside the castle's walls, and it's a problem that's been hiding in plain sight for decades.
The castle's history is, well, a total roller coaster. You've got this original timber fortress, a true masterpiece from the 1600s, that stands for centuries. Then, tragically, it's destroyed in a World War II air raid. But then, in 1959, it rises from the ashes. But here's the catch. It wasn't rebuilt with wood. Nope. The landmark that millions of people have seen is actually a replica made of steel-reinforced concrete.
And that concrete from the 50s? Well, that's the heart of the problem now. After more than 60 years, it's literally falling apart. It just doesn't meet modern earthquake safety codes, which, is a huge deal in Japan. The risk got so bad that back in 2018, the city had no choice but to completely close the main tower to the public.
So with the concrete copy failing, the city had a choice to make. They could just patch it up, or they could do something way, way bigger. They went for bigger. They started dreaming of bringing back the timber.
The mayor put this really bold idea on the table. Forget the concrete copy. Let's tear it down and rebuild the castle exactly how it was in 1612, with traditional wood. The thinking was, this isn't just about getting tourists back. It's about reclaiming a piece of the city's soul, about creating a true national treasure for the future.
So what does historically accurate actually mean here? Well, this is the amazing part. In an incredible stroke of luck, somebody made super detailed architectural drawings of the original castle just before it was destroyed. That means modern builders have a perfect blueprint, a guide to recreating this masterpiece using the exact same timber framing techniques they used back in the 1600s. Pretty cool, right?
So, a perfect timber replica sounds like a beautiful dream. But trying to build it in the 21st century? Well, that's where the dream slammed right into some very harsh realities.
First up, the price tag. We're talking about a maximum budget of 50.5 billion yen. To give you some perspective, that's hundreds of millions of US dollars. This was never going to be a simple repair job. It was an absolutely monumental project.
And the problems went way beyond just money. Trying to find the enormous timbers they needed was a logistical nightmare. But even harder than that was finding the right people, the master carpenters or miyadaiku, who have these incredible traditional skills. It's a craft that's sadly fading away. And on top of all that, you have the bureaucracy, the red tape, like getting special permission just to touch the original stone base because it's a protected historic site all by itself.
But you know what? The biggest roadblock wasn't the money or the logistics. It was a deeply human fight over what a modern landmark should even be.
The whole thing basically came down to one seemingly simple question. Should the new castle have an elevator? For the people who wanted pure historical accuracy, the answer was a hard no. An elevator would mean cutting through all those traditional timber beams, which would destroy the entire point of the project. But for accessibility advocates, the answer was an equally firm yes. How could you build a brand new, publicly funded building and intentionally shut out people with disabilities? They called it what it was: discrimination.
Disability rights groups started protesting, and they made their voices heard loud and clear. And their point was really powerful. They said, look, we're not talking about trying to retrofit a 400-year-old building here. We're talking about designing a brand new one in the 21st century. To build it without access for everyone, that's just not acceptable.
So the city scrambled to find some kind of compromise. First, they rejected the initial elevator plans, saying they were too destructive. Then they started looking into cutting-edge technology, searching for new, less invasive ways to get people up. They even built a life-sized model of the castle's ridiculously steep staircases so people could come and test out different kinds of assisted climbing devices.
So after all the debates, all the protests, and this whole search for a compromise, where does that leave Nagoya Castle today?
The result, unfortunately, is a stalemate. The original plan was to be finished by 2022. That date has come and gone. The Big Timber Reconstruction project is now on hold indefinitely, just stuck between the ideals of the past and the needs of the present. And all the while, that crumbling concrete castle just sits there, close to everyone, a silent monument to this very modern problem.
And that leaves us with a huge question, one that's way bigger than just one castle. What does authenticity really mean anymore? Is it about making a perfect carbon copy of the past? Or is it about making sure our shared history can actually be shared and experienced by everyone, right here, in the present? The future of Nagoya Castle, and probably a lot of other historic sites, is hanging on how we answer that.
You enjoyed exploring this part of Japan with us. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more travelers like you who love Japan. And here's the most important part. If you haven't already, please subscribe to New Wealth Japan and hit that notification bell. By turning on notifications, you'll be the first to know whenever we upload a new video. We post new content regularly, featuring different destinations, food experiences, and cultural insights across Japan, so you won't want to miss out. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Do you have any questions about what we covered today? Is there a specific place in Japan you'd like us to feature in an upcoming video? Maybe a particular Japanese dish you're curious about, or a cultural tradition you want to learn more about? Please share your thoughts, questions, and suggestions in the comments below. We read every single comment, and your feedback helps shape our future content. Also, if you've been to Japan before, we'd love to hear about your experiences. Share your favorite memories or travel tips with our community. Let's learn from each other. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of our New Wealth Japan family. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, safe travels, and see you in the next video. Sayonara.